I took turning 30 really hard, okay? I turned 30 18 years ago. I'm 48 years old. I don't know if I look 48. I don't think so. They say black don't crack, brown don't frown. Okay, look, I think I look pretty damn good for 48. 30 was a long time ago, and I took it really hard. I moved to California from Ohio because I turned 30. I wasn't doing what I wanted to do. I worked at Procter & Gamble. I was there for 6 years. I was dating an incredible woman. Things seemed great. I had the car, I had the house, but I did not feel fulfilled. I took 30 really hard. I did not take 40 nearly as hard because I'm doing what I want to do with my life. 20 wasn't hard either. I don't know if you remember 20. 10 wasn't very difficult either. These decades, 10 was easy. I remember 10 being fun. The only thing I remember about turning 10 is I walked into the kitchen and I said to my mom, "Hi, Mom." And she goes, "What happened to Mommy?" I go, "No, Mom, I'm double digits now. Okay, I'm 10. You are Mom going forward." I know, she had a little bit of her heart broken side, but that's what happened when I was 10. It's just that I think when I turned 30, I remember having this thought of going, I'm so disappointed in myself. What would 16-year-old Rajiv think of 30-year-old Rajiv? You ever play this game with yourself? You think back to what you wanted to be, an astronaut or a cowboy or whatever it is, and you look at yourself now like, I didn't think I'd be doing this when I'm 30 or whatever age it is. And that really upset me until I realized, why would a 16-year-old know more about being 30 than a 30-year-old, right? So don't let that happen to you because you're 16, you don't know what it's like to be 30. You're 30, you remember what it's like to be 16 or 10. But a lot of people have arrived at a similar conclusion. I'm a big tennis fan, grew up playing tennis. One of the great quotes is by Martina Navratilova, who said, "The moment of victory is much too short to live for that and nothing else." And it's a great illustration of, it's not the destination, it's the journey. I hear that all the time, it's true, but I love this embodiment of that quote. Lily Tomlin, great funny comedian. The trouble with the rat race is that even if you win, you're still a rat. I love that. She's commenting on how we are in America, I feel, and I think this cuts to the very core of why it's so hard to be happy. Finally on this piece, recall the law of averages. Things have a way of reverting to the mean. At the University of Cincinnati, materials engineering, I remember I got a B in my mechanics class and there was no plus-minus system at the time. I was so pissed off. I really wanted an A. I got an A in fluid mechanics and that made me so happy because I worked so hard in that class. I got an A, I was so happy. I got a B in mechanics, it was mechanics 2. I was so angry about it. And I marched into Dean Young's office and I told him, I'm like, I should have had an A in this class. He was a very calm man and he looked at me and he goes, okay, maybe you should have had an A in this class. But admit to me right now, there are probably times when you got an A and you should have gotten a B. And I realized how right he was. I also want to punch him in the face because that made so much sense. I'm like, you were so right about that, Dean Young. That's not fair, but you're right. But it's the same thing you will say to a cop. A police officer will stop you. You'll say, but officer, I was not speeding. And most police officers will look at you and go, well then fine. This ticket is for every other time that you were.